Hello and welcome to this second lockdown learning video where we're taking a look at chord pads. So in the previous video you saw the basics of how to use chord pads to generate chords and looking through some of the presets. Now we're going to look at an extra feature which allows you to generate rhythms. So at the moment you've probably noticed that at the top it says piano player and playing chords. So the piano player part chooses pretty much which inversions are used. So as mentioned previously, inversions are the order of the notes which are within the chord. Piano inversions tend to be different from guitar ones because there are some things that you just can't play on guitar because of the way the instrument's tuned and the way that you generate the sound. So this allows you to mimic that. So if you want to make something sound a little more like a guitar, pick guitar player and it will sound like that. We're going to leave that for today. What we're going to look at is this here. So it says playing chords or pattern. Now by default it will be on playing chords, but if you put it on pattern, so if I press that now, you'll hear that it's playing a pattern. And if we record that, we will see the pattern. And we can open that up in the editor. And as you can see, it's playing that pattern around the chord that you've played. If you play a different chord, it will play something different. So back on chord pads, we can see so we get some consistency. So these, as with everything you would expect, they change tempo with the song. So if we change tempo, etc. So that's all working swimmingly. But that may not be the pattern we're after. Obviously, that's fairly mundane. But we can change that. So the way that you change that is you click the E for player setup, and it's here. This section here is where you pick it. Now, it's on default piano. So we're going to change that, and you change that by clicking import MIDI loop, this little triangle here. So this selects from the MIDI loops which come with the included content. So we've got an enormous number here. So there's 4,340 in total. And as ever, you can filter them down. So let's filter it down to piano. And in fact, I'm going to pick this Samba Chorus A piano, but you can scroll through, filter them, etc., find the kind of thing you're after. But this will take a fair bit of experimentation because obviously not all of these will fit greatly. But this Samba one, let's load that up. So now you can see we've got Samba Chorus A piano is in there. And now if I play the chord, which at this tempo doesn't sound particularly great, but if I put it at a more sedate tempo, so that kind of thing, I think I can quickly start my cheesy piece of dance music. And there we go, sort of instant song starter that we can start playing around with pretty much straight away. So that's the patterns element. So remember that you can change your pattern by clicking the E and picking it from here. So you'll have to spend a fair bit of time sorting through these. So here's where filters will definitely come in handy. Remember that if you want to reset the filter, you can just reset it here. You can also search by name. So you could search for Samba and see how many different Samba ones. So we've got guitar Samba, so we'll see maybe what that comes out like, etc. So we can play with that kind of thing. So let's see what that sounds like. Definitely sounds like a development of that previous sound, partly because the chord is consistent, but also because there are some rhythmic similarities there. So plenty to experiment with there. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you again soon.